on by a convicted felon for using a stolen gun to fire bullet holes into a woman's car. It's these bits of information from Brinsley's past that police hope can provide a deeper understanding beyond rising tensions over the Garner and Ferguson cases as to what motivated his killing spree.
We're attempting to identify where he lived, see if we can get additional information that might have been in his possession that would give us more definitive clarity as to what was the actual motivation.
Brinsley's first victim, his former girlfriend, Shanika Thompson, told NYPD and Baltimore County detectives from her hospital bed that Brinsley did not have a key, but somehow got into her apartment building and knocked on her door early Saturday morning. They had a dispute about the relationship before he fired one shot into her stomach.
She told us that the only thing they discussed in the altercation that preceded the shooting on Saturday was their personal relationship. She never mentioned police. He never mentioned where he was going.
There is still a lot that police do not know about the shooter, including his last known address. And also police here in Baltimore County are saying, with the exception of the former girlfriend, he has no ties to the Maryland area. One last note here is, late this afternoon, police here in Baltimore County changed one element of their timeline of events, whereas before they had reported repeatedly that they had sent a flyer with the wanted picture of the shooter to the NYPD nearly 40 minutes before the ambush shooting. Late this afternoon, they changed that, adjusted that time, saying they sent the flyer just 1 minute before the shooting. Reporting live from Baltimore County Police Headquarters in Townsend, Maryland, Jim Hoffer, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Jim, thank you. Well, the murders of officers Ramos and Liu have prompted changes among other police departments. In New Jersey, the statewide police union is warning its 30,000 officers to be extra careful and alter their routines. New Jersey reporter Tony Yates is live in Newark with more. Tony?
Yes, indeed, Sade. You know, police directors are stepping up their safety directives. We spoke to the bosses here in Newark, but we also spoke to the police director over in Patterson. Now, his ties with the NYPD and this tragedy brought this story very close to home for him.
I was shot. My two partners were shot. A woman was killed in the Bronx.
As head of 400 officers in Patterson, Director Spezialy sent out a memo immediately after the senseless killings in New York to his men and women in uniform.
People are made aware of the dangers they face, not to become complacent.
Officers now no longer go on calls alone. It's the same change Newark's police director made.
We just decided that at this point we would always have two officer cars, so we don't want any officer by themselves where they would lose focus or not be aware of their surroundings.
And officers are being warned about stepping up their own personal security, especially on social media. While some sites have proven to be a source of information about potential trouble, officers are reminded that what they put out about themselves should be toned down or stopped, especially surrounding their work.
So that, you know, people aren't able to locate you or find you just simply by perusing through Facebook and finding the first police officer as an intended target.
Information sharing between departments has now become critical. Newark, Patterson, and Jersey City share this real-time crime center, a constant flow of information on threats. It goes out to rank and file. In fact, they're tracking a threat right now made on social media in the wake of the New York tragedy.
So as a result of that, we're going to get in front of that. We've already sent that individual's photograph to our officers. We're sharing that with, you know, everybody in the department so that they are aware.
Now, the police directors say even though their officers are being told to be more careful, they say community relations are still very important to them, and they're trying to make sure that any of the changes they make will not hurt response times in any way. For now, we are live in Newark. Tony Yates, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Tony. Some New York lawmakers say adding bulletproof glass to police cruisers will help avoid tragedies like this weekend shooting. Several lawmakers proposed legislation today that would add bulletproof glass to police vehicles, starting with the NYPD. The lawmakers want part of the $5.1 billion state surplus to go towards the proposed plan. And don't forget, we're going to stay on top of any new developments in the murders of those two NYPD officers, and we invite you to stay with Eyewitness News and 7 Online for the very latest.
The FAA and drone industry